Let's go to Ibrox because it's Rangers against Dundee. Heather Miller is there.
Yes, thanks Peter. I'm here at Ibrox this afternoon as Rangers welcome Dundee for the first time since early September last year. Both teams looking for a win today. Graham Murty said we're hoping to end today's game on a positive note ahead of next week's Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic. Neil McCann's side, however, well, they've had a tough run of games over the past couple of weeks. They've not managed to see a victory in their past 5 matches, so they'll be hoping to change that about today and hopefully recreate the last time that they played Rangers up at Dens Park, which resulted in a 2-1 victory to the away side today. Can they get an away win as well as a home win against Rangers this season? Well, we'll find out later on this afternoon. I'll be bringing you the team news very shortly. Here at Ibrox, it's Rangers against Dundee.
Yeah, great.
Half time here at Hampden, Peter, and it's Motherwell 2, Aberdeen 0. Both teams certainly put up a tough fight in the first 45 minutes of the game, but Motherwell must have just wanted it that little bit more as they bagged themselves a 2-0 lead at the end of the first half. 20 minutes into the first half, Curtis Main put Motherwell in the lead after Tate got into the left of the goal, scoring it over to the striker who hits the back of the net. Only moments later, Ryan Bowman netted another for Motherwell after McKenna back passes it to the striker. His first shot was initially saved, but the keeper couldn't keep hold of the ball and it trickled past the line. Aberdeen began to lose some of their momentum and they fought back, creating numerous chances for themselves, but Motherwell's defence held up very well. Half time ends here, Motherwell 2, Aberdeen 0.
Welcome to a very rainy Stirling Uni campus this afternoon in the SWPL 1 after the international break, and a very exciting break with the Scotland squad celebrations after qualifying for the World Cup. Today, let's have a quick look at the team's setup this afternoon. It's an unchanged side for Scott Booth following City's last competitive match, and a warm welcome return to Hayley Lauder, who starts on the bench after injury.
At Ibrox with Heather Miller.
Half time here at Ibrox and it's Rangers 1, Dundee 0. Ibrox held a minute's silence before kick-off to pay respects to former Rangers player Ray Wilkins, who unfortunately passed away earlier this week. The home team began well in the first few minutes of the first half, showing their dominance and holding most of the possession. Kenny Miller nearly opened the scoring on the 8th minute after Candace ran well down the right wing, whipping it into the box towards Miller, who hits it straight off the post. After that, however, Rangers began to lose some of their momentum, making poor passes which Dundee took full advantage of, intercepting the ball every chance they had. Home fans clearly showing their frustration to this. Rangers had another chance in the 17th minute. A free kick was given after Holt tripped Candace 20 yards from the goal. The free kick landed at Murphy's feet, who sends a cross into the box which hits off the crossbar yet again. Dundee were given a free kick on the edge of the box in the 35th minute after McCrory was given a yellow following a challenge on Deacon. O'Hara stepped up to take the free kick but fired it high over the bar. Rangers built on this and it was Kenny Miller who opened the scoring for Rangers after Murphy cut inside from the wing through several defenders before finding Miller inside the box, who fired the ball straight into the back of the net. Half time ends here, Rangers 1, Dundee 0.
Football, a sport predominantly played by men and young boys. However, as recent years have gone on, we can see the progress in the game. Women are now getting their chance and time to shine.
Although the coverage of women's football has catapulted and the Scottish national team has shown high spirits after their World Cup qualifying success over the past few months, footballer Leanne Crichton argues more still needs to be done. There are over 300 hospitals in Scotland and over 162,000 working for the NHS. In hospital wards, there are only 2 types of bins: domestic waste and clinical waste. Clinical waste bins contain substances that may pose risk of infection, things such as swabs, bandages, or medicines. Domestic waste bins contain everything from plastics, cardboard and paper, materials that can be recycled. Recycling has a huge importance to our environment. It helps reduce pollution levels caused by greenhouse gases that are released from landfill sites. It reduces the amount of energy daily by not needing to produce new materials. And it greatly reduces levels of habitat destruction and prevents single-use plastics entering our oceans.
So we're here at Law House. Today we're about to meet Michael Simpson, who's part of the sustainability team for NHS Lanarkshire. We're meeting him in about 10 minutes and we're just going to talk through things like my FOI request, things that have been put in place to help the issue between the two bins in hospital wards, the domestic waste and clinical waste, and just all around what they're doing to reduce wastage in the NHS. This used to be a maternity ward where I was born, so it's weird that we're doing a documentary about hospital wards, and we're probably doing a documentary in the wards that I was born in.
Works at the Carstairs Hospital. Obviously that's a different institution where people are mentally unwell, but they do have distinctive bins, so glass bins, dry waste, and your general waste food, like say contaminated things. So they're very strict on their recycling guidelines.
Sure.
But that's part of the NHS as well. So why haven't new bins been introduced to tackle this issue?
So we're here at Edinburgh Napier University Site Hall campus and the Simulation and Clinical Skills Centre. This has been recently refurbished, maybe in the last 7 years, to look like a working hospital for students that are training here. We were able to sit in a class and look through the amount of wastage of packaging that are used for things such as catheters, and we were able to talk to a few students and lecturers to get their opinion on the matter, and it's interesting to see how they feel about it and how much wastage is going through it.
They get put in the orange bin as well?
They would, because they could potentially be contaminated by the dressing.